ऐसी journey, does it make you reflect onto like things, and if yes, then
I met a 70-year-old man. He was celebrating his 70th birthday. I have a picture with him. I actually said, sir, can I get a picture with you? You're my inspiration. I mean, if you look at these people, and with that does not give you an extra inspiration. I mean, why we are?
क्या level discipline एक इंसान को चाहिए in order to do this? Like 7 days you were doing a workout.
I would say even a 5-day workout is good.
Okay.
But 5 days should be good workout.
Okay.
You know, actually a 6th day could be a yoga day. Initially in June when I started doing functional,
Right.
I think end of June, I realized I don't think so I'll be able to do this. It's going to get difficult because 20 minutes of this
Right.
I could not do. I don't know how I'm going to climb. But I should do a lot of cardio. I used to walk up my building. So I stay in a building which has 35 stories. So there are times after gym I used to only take my bag and walk up. That helped me also.
What are the factors? अगर ये कोई करना चाहता है,
हाँ जी.
तो एक गाइड में उनको क्या फैक्टर्स ढूंढने चाहिए?
One is obviously
What's the experience like once you reach the EBC?
nobody ever has done that. We actually carried a bottle of champagne there. We actually popped the champagne and everybody like, oh my god, we all should have done this.
Hi and welcome to another episode of Expert Talk with Bhavya Desai. आज मैंने बात की है अपने बहुत ही अच्छे फ्रेंड निकलेश मलकानी से, जो एक्चुअली एक फोटोग्राफर है, बट उन्होंने अभी हाल ही में एक ट्रैक कंप्लीट किया जिसमें वो एवरेस्ट बेस कैंप तक जाके आए. तो ये कॉन्वर्सेशन उसके बारे में है कि क्या आपको एसेंशियल्स चाहिए, क्या परेशानियां आ सकती है, क्या वो फीलिंग है, प्रैक्टिकल नॉलेज आपको क्या चाहिए ये ट्रैक कंप्लीट करने के लिए. तो ये कॉन्वर्सेशन आपके लिए काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग हो सकता है. ऑल्सो ये कॉन्वर्सेशन में बने रहिए टिल द एंड, बिकॉज ये ट्रैक कंप्लीट करने का ओवरऑल कॉस्ट जब ये आप सुनेंगे, सो दैट विल जस्ट एब्सोल्युटली माइंड बॉगल यू. तो अगर आपको हमारा काम अच्छा लगता है देन प्लीज सब्सक्राइब कीजिए, वो हिट कीजिए सब्सक्राइब बटन को. हमें ऑडियो प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे यहाँ पे भी देख सकते हैं. एंड प्लीज लीव अ कमेंट, शेयर दिस विद एवरीवन एंड सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वन. हाय निकलेश.
Hi, Bhavya.
And thank you for coming to Expert Talk with Bhavya Desai. Very warm welcome. Really excited to have this conversation आज because काफ़ी लोग को अपना, आई नो दैट यू विल नॉट से इट, बट काफ़ी लोग को ये शायद पता भी होगा और शायद लोगों को नहीं भी पता होगा जो ये देख रहे हैं कि यू आर अ वेरी वेल नोन वेडिंग फोटोग्राफर, ऑफ कोर्स, एंड you and I also know each other since many years.
Many years.
So for the viewers actually who don't know how Nick and I know each other is that we played football for the same team at division level, and तभी मुझे भी नहीं पता था कि you were a photographer. I think you also had no clue
True.
that
You were in this line. Yeah.
Yes, I was also in this line. So we go a long way back, even before we ever started working together in the industry. So excitement है because talking to an old friend.
True.
And of course an industry colleague as well. So how are you doing?
All well. Thank you so much for having me here. I know it's difficult to go back. So I mean, we actually played football. You are our goalkeeper at that time, I remember, and
Yes.
I mean those fond memories is something that has put me where I am today. You know, because it's made me stronger. Playing football, being an athlete and being a footballer has really made me strong in a lot of aspects.
Right.
And thank you again for having me here, and looking forward for this.
Of course,
Yeah.
right. So आज का जो conversation है वो it is not about photography at all.
Okay.
The reason is because you know, I think normally एक human being की capacity और capability ऐसी होती है that they are able to achieve extraordinary things. You know, and I know that recently you were in the Everest Base Camp.
True.
You know, and from being a athlete, of course, and civilian के तरीके से, then to achieve going to Everest Base Camp is not an easy journey, I'm sure.
True.
तो मुझे actually ये journey के बारे में बात करना था. Everything related to like the preparation, कैसे आपने ये achieve किया, अगर किसी को ये करना है तो क्या उनके दिमाग में होना चाहिए, व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दे नीड टू लुक आउट फॉर, थिंग्स दे शुड वॉच आउट. तो उसके बारे में एक्चुअली ये बात करनी है बिकॉज मेरे हिसाब से ये काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्वर्सेशन होगा.
है इंटरेस्टिंग है. मैंने भी नहीं सोचा था कि मैं ये कभी कर पाऊंगा.
राइट.
तो we have 5 friends, school friends, very close knit. And I celebrated my 50th a year back. It was his 50th this year on September 13th. So in May उसने कहा कि you know what, मेरा बकेट लिस्ट में है कि मुझे EBC करना है. कौन रेडी है? उसमें से एक जन ने वो वाइल्ड लाइफ फोटोग्राफी करता है शौक के लिए, तो ही वेंट टू स्पीटी एंड ही कम बैक. सो ही सेड यू नो व्हाट, आई एम गोना बी आउट बिकॉज आई हैव ऑलरेडी डन एन एल्टीट्यूड काइंड ऑफ थिंग. Other guy was ready, but he broke his leg while playing badminton. So we had 2 back-offs. Now we were 3 of us. In May, I think in mid-May or something, we decided that he told us that we want to do this. We got together. He said, okay, let's do this.
Right.
And June is actually when we actually started doing all the bookings.
Right.
Looking for tour operators. We zeroed down from some 15 tour operators to 3. Had Zoom calls with them. And then we saw the negativity or the positivity of, you know, each one of them, and whatever karke, price bhi obviously was an important part on this. Karke we got down to one, and we liked his confidence, and also he was from Nepal. He was a local, so he thought, you know, it would be a better option for us to go for someone who's locally involved over there than to go from someone who was there was one from Pune and one was from Delhi. So that helped us. We said, okay, we are doing this. Paid in advance. June, we said, okay, now. So we booked ourselves to go on 30th of September. 29th, to be precise, to leave Bombay to Kathmandu. So we thought, okay, now we have 4 months. अभी कुछ करना पड़ेगा. थोड़ा फिटनेस देखना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज आई रियलाइज, तो थोड़ा स्टडी किया कि ये एल्टीट्यूड से ये एल्टीट्यूड जाना है, इतना चढ़ाई है, दिन में इतना चलना है. It's not going to be that easy. I thought it might be easy for me because I did around 10 marathons till 2018.
Right.
And then I gave up because I had a slip disc. Yes. Then after this, in 2018 is when I got a slip disc. So that bothered me a lot when I was thinking about doing the EVC. So I told my friends, you know what, I've got this injury, which, I mean, I know that I've solved it most of it because I did a lot of yoga and all that. But I know sometime it hurts. There are triggers where you have that little sciatica pain. I just realized, you know what, मैं अगर आज नहीं करूँगा ना, मैं कभी नहीं कर पाऊँगा. मैंने बोला चलो करते. सब हो गया, बुकिंग हो गया, 4 महीना था, प्रिपरेशन चालू हो गया. फर्स्ट थिंग मैंने क्या किया, आई हैव अ स्वीट टूथ. आई टोल्ड एट होम, don't keep anything sweet in front of me, and I am someone who wants to eat after lunch, after dinner. I have to eat. They were absolutely okay. So I stopped meetha, and I like to have my single malt. I think you know that.
Yeah.
I stopped liquor also. So 4 months of no alcohol and no sugar. I dropped down 7 kilos, and I could see that I got a little physically fitter more than anything else, you know. I mean, everybody could see that I've become a little leaner and things that way, and did a lot of prep, you know. I mean, every day, 7 days a week, I was working out.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there were different, like one day there was gym, then one day there was running, and then one day there was swimming, and then there was football. So every day there was yoga. Obviously, yoga is very important part of this training, you know, because yoga is something that helps you breathe, you know, helps you breathe better, I would say. You know, it really gives you that kind of.
वो altitude पे
you need it. You need it. Yeah. तो बहुत मेहनत किया, and
मुझे थोड़ा उसके स्पेसिफिक्स में थोड़ा जाना है, बट वो स्पेसिफिक्स के पहले जून में यू ऑल डिसाइडेड, जुलाई में मतलब बुकिंग आप लोग ने
जून में बुकिंग कर ली.
जून में की. सो मतलब ये बॉयज के साथ में ये प्लान मतलब बहुत इजीली और फटाफट बनता है कि
एक्चुअली. हाँ, क्योंकि देखो हम लोग को पता था कि विमेन नहीं कर पाएंगे, या नॉट कर पाएंगे, सॉरी, कि दे विल हैव अ लिटिल थिंग कि हमको ऐसा ट्रिप पे नहीं जाना है. हमें आप बीच हॉलिडे पे लेके जाइए या एक माउंटेन के रिजॉर्ट पे लेके जाइए, हम आ जाएंगे, बट ये ट्रैकिंग हमसे नहीं होगा. एंड टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, मैंने आज तक इसके पहले कभी ट्रैकिंग किया नहीं था. ओके. हम लोग तीनों ने नहीं किया था एक्चुअली. हम लोग ने एक लोकल ट्रैक भी किया उसके दौरान, आई थिंक जुलाई या अगस्त में बारिश के टाइम बोरेवली नेशनल पार्क में। वो 5 किलोमीटर का ट्रैक था, एक गाइड को पकड़ना था, इट वाज पूरा एक उसका एक फॉर्मेट था। तो हम लोग के लिए वो 5 किलोमीटर ऊपर और 5 किलोमीटर नीचे जाना, 10 किलोमीटर, मतलब हम लोग ने अच्छा ट्रैक किया। वो रियलाइज नहीं किया कि 10 किलोमीटर हर रोज चलना था,
राइट,
यू नो। बट या इट इज दैट ओके, चलो वी कुड डू दिस, लेट्स ट्राई, मे बी वील ट्राई अनदर ट्रैक इन बिटवीन, अगर हो गया, टाइम मिला, करेंगे या नहीं करेंगे पता नहीं। बट yeah, boys, because I think see, we are friends in the 4th standard. We go back really long way, and I mean, you know how it is.
Bond
Yeah,
is
it's a
that-
bond
वो
and it's
bond
a
अलग
pact
होता है।
at the end of the day. जो मस्ती करना है करो, कुछ भी करना है करो। So I just thought कि boys जाते हैं, मस्ती करके आ जाएंगे। At the end हम लोग ने इतना भी, let me tell you this also कि we met. So one of my friends is now in Bangkok. He's there since last 7-8 years or 10 years, I would say. So he's not here. And two of us are here. Suraj and myself are here, and Sohil is in Bangkok. But we had a call, and we actually said that if by any chance any one of us does not complete for whatever reason, we'll see it to it that that person is taken back to the to Kathmandu or to Lukla, and the others will complete, because nobody is going to go back.
Right.
This was the package saying nobody will have any grudge or bad feelings or ill feelings. अगर कोई भी बोला कि मेरे से नहीं होने वाला है for whatever reasons, we will see that person is first taken back and then we'll continue.
Right.
तो ये एक पैक रखा था हमने.
Nice.
So just imagine if we had to do this with the women, it would have been a little कि वो क्यों गए और ये क्यों गए, kind of.
नहीं, मतलब मेरे कहने का मतलब था कि ये सब चीजें बॉयज के साथ में इतनी फटाफट, लाइक यू सेड, जून में डिस्कस हुआ, जुलाई में कर भी दिया, उसके बीच में यूजुअली जब लार्जर ग्रुप होता है एंड जब लाइक जैसे लंगोटिया यार जैसे हम कहते हैं, वो लोग नहीं होंगे तो फिर डिस्कशंस बहुत ज्यादा होती है कि अरे करते हैं, ये करते हैं, उसको पूछते हैं, इसको पूछते हैं, बट यूजुअली विद बॉयज इट्स अ लॉट फास्टर.
इट डजंट हैव, नहीं होता ही नहीं, एकदम फटाक से. इनफैक्ट कुछ है नहीं, आप ये खाना है, ये नहीं खाना है, वो खाना है, किसको कुछ परवाह नहीं है, यू नो, वही एक हो जाता है. तो इट्स लाइक अ वेरी इजी गोइंग काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग.
राइट. यू सेड अबाउट लूकला के बारे में आपने बोला,
हाँ जी.
कैन यू जस्ट टेल मी फर्स्ट के वो व्हाट वाज दैट द नंबर ऑफ डेज दैट यू गाइस, आप लोग को ट्रैक करना पड़ा टू रीच द एवरेस्ट बेस कैंप, एंड व्हाट वर द लोकेशंस, बिकॉज देन उसके हिसाब से देन आई एक्चुअली वांट टू कम बैक टू द प्रिपरेशन पार्ट एंड देन मूव फॉरवर्ड सो दैट वी आर एबल टू गिव द व्यूअर्स एन आइडिया दैट हाउ इट वर्क्स.
Okay. So after we booked our tour operator, which was Green Valley, so we were supposed to be there on 29th of September.
Right.
My friend flew from Bangkok, we flew from here to Kathmandu, we met at the hotel, we took the briefing. We got to know that there was a major landslide in Nepal. So a lot of roads to Lukla, to a lot of places were shut. There was very bad weather. So people who were already on their way to EBC could not even complete. In fact, we were supposed to fly on 30th September. We could also not fly out on 30th September. We were in the airport for 8 hours. Wow. But the weather was so bad कि हमारी helicopter आगे गई नहीं. And we were also stuck. So then the next so हम लोग ने buffer रखा था 4 दिन का. We had to keep some kind of buffer. आगे पीछे पता नहीं, because obviously you're going in the mountains, weather will be bad. We have heard about this obviously. So we flew out on 30th. 30th morning, 30th we could not, first we left. First we left, helicopter सुबह 6 बजे हम लोग airport पहुँचे. So we did the little premium package of doing the helicopter. So you either go, there's a way you can take the car from Kathmandu to one place, and from there again there's another small plane, or you take a helicopter, or you take the small aircrafts.
Got it.
There are 3 ways you could do that. We took the premium package of doing the helicopter. We know that हेलीकॉप्टर्स का मिस नहीं होता है, दैट्स व्हाट वी हैड हर्ड. 1 अक्टूबर हम लोग गए, तो हम लोग लुकला पहुंच गए. इट टेक्स an hour and a half, an hour in the helicopter. It's a beautiful flight. So once we are there, we meet our guide and we meet our porters. So we have a couple of porters who carry our luggage, and so we are there at Lukla, lunch karte udhar, and then immediately we move to Phakting. Now from we are at 1440 meters in Kathmandu. We have gone to 2,800 meters to Lukla by helicopter. Then our first trek, we go down to 2650. We are going down. Actually, it's not going up. We are going down.
Right.
Then we are there. So everywhere we stop, we are there for a night. and then the next day we
just to
start trekking.
acclimatize and then whatever.
So it's not so major acclimatization is the later part which I'll come to. So from Phakding then we move on. Next day we go all the way to Namche Bazaar.
Okay.
Now we are going from 2650 to 3400 meters. So you are doing like almost 900 meters elevation.
Wow.
And I would say that was the most difficult walk of my life.
God, I will come back to that. Pehle meko just tell us that journey. Yeah.
And so then Namche, you're there. That's where you acclimatize. So you're there for a day. The next day also you are at Namche Bazaar, where you do an acclimatization trek. You do a 400-meter trek. You go. There's a mount view. That's the only place you can see Mount Everest initially, the first time.
Got you.
So but once we went there was again bad weather. We could not see it was too cloudy kind of thing. So you do that is your acclimatization. So once you have acclimatized, then you are in the Namche Bazaar. It's a beautiful small town with anything and everything that you need. You get there. From Namche, then we go to Tongbuche. From Tongbuche again you are there one day. Then we go to Dingbuche. Then Dingbuche we go to Lobuche. So all these different places. Right. From Lobuche we go to Gorakshep. From Gorakshep we go to EBC. So this is the whole journey. In Dingbuche again we have an acclimatization day. Right. So there are these two places where you have an acclimatization and that's how you complete your EBC. It's a 10-day trek with 10 दिन लगता है with your acclimatization of 2 days.
Okay, and not taking into account जब भी नेपाल पहुँचे और नेपाल में 3-4 नहीं 10 days of actual
10 days of actual when you reach Lukla to
EBC. Perfect. Okay, great.
Anji.
So now let's come back to the part जब भी आप ने ये book कर लिया and all of those things. Book करने के बाद when you guys decided कि अभी ये करना है. So the fitness and the preparation is what I wanted to kind of talk about. You said 7 days आप workout कर रहे थे every day something or the other.
Correct.
So but ये जो भी workout whatever fitness regimen that you were doing, was it like under some special training sorts किया आपने कि just by yourself also you can do?
I think you can just do it yourself.
Okay.
It's just that you have to be disciplined.
Okay.
See, it all depends on how fit you want to get.
Right.
More than anything, it's just I know that I had to do this is because I had put on a little weight because I told you I was not exercising so much because of my back pain and all that. So I had put on a little weight. I knew I had to lose that weight and get more stronger. My thing was that I had to get my legs much stronger this time, because I knew that there's a lot of inclination.
Right.
So I had to do a lot of leg exercises. Yoga, very important, is because of your breathing, as I said. I had a trainer as to my gym trainer. I stay in a building where we have a gym and we have a regular trainer. But I told him that I'm doing this. So he saw to it that I did everything that I had never done earlier.
Understood.
Again, even when I was a marathon runner, I never went and did legs as such. And he actually made me do a lot of leg exercises. So I would say, broke it down as to how any gym goer would do your back and your bicep one day, your shoulder and
like
bicep full body circle kind of a thing. But also I started doing a lot of I would say in the leg category, right? A lot of lunges. That gave me a lot. In fact, there are a lot of step ups that I used to do on the stool, because I knew that this is going. Then I started carrying a little weight of 2 kilos and 4 kilos and 6 kilos and doing the step ups. Then he started making me doing a lot of functional. Functional is your HIIT basically. It's like 20 minutes and you're finished. And that's what I realized, that initially in June when I started doing functional, I think end of June, I realized I don't think so I'll be able to do this. It's going to get difficult because 20 minutes of this I could not do. I don't know how I'm going to climb, But then I realized, I think by August end, I was much fitter.
Got it.
And I used to tell him, आज functional क्यों नहीं कर रहे? मैं उसको आगे से बोलता, आज functional क्यों नहीं कर रहे? He's saying, सर हमने परसों किया था, आज नहीं करेंगे, 2 दिन बाद करेंगे, वैसे करके.
बट ये जो मतलब एज इन ये जो आइडिया है कि ये करना है एंड ऑल दैट, मतलब ऑफ कोर्स यू नेचुरली न्यू इट, बट ये जब भी आप कॉन्वर्सेशन करते हो विथ योर ऑपरेटर then वो operator भी आप लोग को थोड़ा सा idea देता है कि these are the exercises or these are the body parts or these are the things that you have to work on.
The tour operator.
Tour operator.
So he just says that you should be physically fit. You should be able to do like 8 to 10 kilometers walk every day. That's it.
Achha.
Just see that you are physically you're fit and you should be able to do this.
Got it.
But obviously मैंने थोड़े YouTube videos देखे इसके पहले. मैंने realize किया कोई बोलता you should do 10 kilometers. You should do a 10 kilometer easy run in say 70 minutes.
Oh,
that's fast.
Pretty fast.
Correct. So this is what I read. I know I could do it when I was doing my marathon running. Now I don't think so I can do it. And to be very frank, मैंने 4 महीना I did not do any running as such because of my back. I did not want any load on it. But I used to do a lot of cardio. I used to walk up my building. So I stay in a building which has 35 stories. So there are times after gym, I used to only take my bag and walk up. That helped me also, you know.
Okay.
Climbing upstairs.
Right.
Anywhere there was physical activity required, I used to only do it. I should not
Practically मतलब जो कर सकते हैं वो
That's what अगर कोई आम आदमी बोले मुझे करना है, बस आप एवरीडे फिट रहो, बीच जाओ, वॉक रोड पे जहाँ भी जाना है वॉक करो एंड डाइट पे थोड़ा कंट्रोल करो क्योंकि बेसिकली ये भी मैंने रियलाइज किया कि आई वाज लाइटर, आई कुड carry myself more.
Right.
That's it. It is the only thing that psychologically you could think of.
Yeah, because that's what my next question was. Ke I know that you have a sweet tooth.
Yeah.
So, क्या level discipline एक इंसान को चाहिए in order to do this? Like 7 days you were doing a workout, which is would you say with no breaks you would like?
I would say even a 5-day workout is good.
Okay.
But 5 days should be good workout.
Okay.
You know, actually your 6th day could be a yoga day.
Got it.
You know.
Understood.
Even if you're not going to a yoga institute or you don't have anybody come, even just going and doing good breathing exercises, which you can look up to any videos right now, is more than enough.
Got
that way.
Right. And diet में then even before that, like so you said के legs basically were something जो आपने काफी workout किए. Any specific exercises that you suggest apart from lunges which are really good, which helped you practically when you were summiting there?
So again, I would say why I said lunges is because that's something that really develops your leg muscles, you know. And I think in a gym, all your leg extensions and all these little things, your what do you call those, leg press, all this helps you because at the end of the day, you have a backpack you're carrying almost between 8 to 12 kilos on you all the time you're walking. It's not that you don't have anything. You have 2 to 4 liters of water. That itself is 2 to 4 kilos because you have to keep hydrating. That's one thing that we'll talk about.
Yes.
And so then you have your medicines, your little things that essentials. You'll have one different jacket with you. You'll have a wind cheater with you. You know, these are the things that we can again get back to that what you need to carry.
Yes.
You know, so you have 8 to 12 kilos on your backpack. So that itself is not going to be easy. You have your trekking pole and you're wearing anklets, those boots, right? Your mountaineering boots.
Right.
So it's not going to be that easy when you're just going to do only exercising. So you need some kind of weights also that you can walk with. That will give you that physical body strength.
Got your point.
Again, your shoulder. Actually, you see, it's a full body workout. Shoulders because you're carrying that. You need to have strong core because obviously you're doing a lot of high. You're walking up, and legs again. I said, I mean, this is your base. I mean, if your legs are going to give up, you're not going to move ahead. So that's one thing that you.
So
should.
Then, diet-wise, matlab, as in, I know that you must have, of course, cut sweets. But sweets के अलावा also did you start like having something which is more healthier या superfoods या कुछ ऐसा उसके बारे में?
I would just say I needed to do carb loading every day.
Okay.
So I was not avoiding a lot of carbs, but I was having good carbs. Like your jawar ki rotis and these things I did start all that to a certain extent. Then I got a little tired of it. I said I want my paratha with ghee because I wanted ghee more than anything because I realized ghee is something that it's good for mobility kind of thing. So again I came back and told at home, you know what, मुझे मेरा paratha और ghee चाहिए. I will work out and burn it out. चलेगा. But yes, I started having protein powder because obviously when I was exercising, that I was having just simple what do you call those?
BCAAs.
No, just the basic. I can't get the name now.
Vitamins, you mean?
Anyway, once I get the name,
Right.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
So just basic protein powder
Right.
every day after the gym, so that I know I'm not losing out the muscles that I'm
Yes,
trying to
your
gain.
muscle recovery बहुत important
Very,
होती है.
very important. That kind of a thing. Isopure.
Ah,
That's it. So I was just having Isopure and not too much gain of muscle, but just to maintain the muscle that I was losing. Obviously, I eat non-vegetarian, so we were having, obviously there was non-veg in my diet every second day. But yeah, after cutting down on the sugar and the alcohol, I realized I cut down a lot. You know, it actually gave me a lot of strength. You know,
Right.
because mentally I was like, you know, I'm doing this now. I'm doing it
Yes.
better. I'm doing it better. Looking at yourself every day,
Right.
seeing the change also gave me a little boost. Yes, I'm going to be there. And
Yes.
fortunately, my back did not give up or did not even trigger any time in my training. That was one additional benefit that
Right.
I realized that okay, now I've reached here with different kind of exercise regime, and my back is still strong, so I'm good to go that way.
And drinking wise, I know that you also enjoy the tipple. तो वो भी बंद किया?
I stopped. I went for parties.
हाँ.
I went everywhere and I did not touch alcohol.
Yeah.
I was having Diet Coke, which I was not supposed to have. I mean, they just say,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was still having that just to keep myself
Got your
company.
point, huh?
But I realized that by not having alcohol, and in fact, our tour operator also told us, cut down your alcohol, not stop your alcohol, just cut down. But I thought, cut down to karna to bandi
वो
karna.
realistic. He was realistic.
He was realistic. He's telling me that kind of thing. So I think all of us gave. Now Suraj was still having. I remember him telling me that I still have it on Fridays with my. He has another friend. He goes and has a couple of drinks. He's saying it's okay. कोई बात नहीं. देख लेंगे टाइप.
Got
I
it.
said ठीक है. I said
Yeah,
मेरे लिए
because
थोड़ा.
बहुत काफी फर्क पड़ता है because as you know that I also play this. I'm still playing some sport.
हाँ जी.
Which is ultimate frisbee, and I represented India recently.
Awesome.
In the US. That was like the World Cup for that sport. And like I was also preparing for 6 months, and anyways I don't have a sweet tooth, तो वो तो मेरा कभी problem ही नहीं था. But like obviously weekends you obviously
Correct.
enjoy a little bit of tipple, but when I cut that out, the first 22 days or like the habit formation जैसे बोलते हैं
हाँ जी.
वो थोड़ा difficult था.
हाँ जी.
Because हर जगह मैं जाता था, इतनी पार्टी शादियाँ ये वो इतना difficult था. Then after 22 days I just मेरे दिमाग से ही निकल गया. Anybody would sit in front of me, we would go for dinners, and
Correct.
उन लोग अगर खाने के साथ में they पी भी रहे हैं और they're having taking some drinks, I would not even care. So and then like you said कि जैसा आप वो journey देखते हो, your
हाँ जी.
endurance, fitness,
Correct.
your body becomes stronger and stronger. So that motivation is.
I'm telling you, I actually could see the other trainers in the gym actually talking about the way I was training over there. And everybody is saying, look at this guy, man. He's like
On a
transformed, you know, and that 4 months of transformation actually gave me more, I think just gave me a lot of boost that, you know, people are seeing a lot of change in me of doing something different, which I never did. I mean, I go to the gym every day, but I never did these kind of, never did functional and never, you know, did leg exercises kind of thing. Your basic body part everybody was doing, you know, your arms and your triceps and back and shoulder. But doing this was something that changed my foresight as to, you know what, this is necessary.
Right.
Not only because you are doing EBC, but you should do every kind of exercise. You know, your every body part is important.
Understood.
That
Okay. Now let's talk about like आपने किया and you prepped and all of those things. Run up to taking that flight, जो एक हफ्ता या whatever when the packing and all starts. So what are the things that before, of course, आप जब ये लूखला से चढ़ना शुरू करते हैं, उसके पहले generally is there something specific that you really have to pack? I'm not talking about when you are going on that trek. Before that, just generally, कुछ specific चीजें you have to pack, या what were the things in your mind when you were approaching this?
One was medicines. I was very, very scared that if anything goes wrong, what kind of medicines that I would require, you know. So obviously I think everybody carries their own medical kit and things that way, but I had a thing that what if I get a heart attack? I mean, I have a little family history kind of a thing, so I was just wondering that. Fortunately, before I left, my wife told me, if you're going to go for this trip, I want you to go and do a CT angio. If that is clear, you can do what you want. And I think 25 days before I took off, I went and did a CT angio and touch wood. It was 100% clear. And in fact, the doctor came and said, why did you even do this? And I was like on top of the world already, you know, just looking at that. But I still carried a lot of medicines. Just in case. You don't know what can happen where, you know. I mean, as you know, once you're up, you might get EMS, your acute mountain sickness kind of a thing. And that is something that nobody can do anything. You take a flight back or you go back down and then see if you can acclimatize and become okay. You know, that is something that I was actually very scared of that. You know, because after I heard so much about people talking about EMS, I was like, and actually while walking on certain areas, it was only in the mind that what if this is going to happen to me? There was a little slight headache. I like, oh God, I don't want to fall sick. You know, you have reached 60%, 70%, you get that little headache. I like, oh God, and that's one of your symptoms. I like, no, I carry Saradon, and Saradon actually helped me. And I've realized over the period of years that Saradon always helps if I have a headache and I will not have any other medicine. And it helped me there also. Unfortunately, I had a 4 in my medical kit. I thought I will not require, and I finished all 4.
Got it.
So that way. Otherwise, there was nothing else that packed other than what we were actually supposed to pack for our trip. You know, there are a lot of certain things that you need to carry.
Understand.
You know, you have to prepare yourself, that kind of a thing.
So, एक बार सोचना कि अगर ये करना है हमें, of course, and then आपने ये journey शुरू किया, fitness शुरू किया, diet control किया, of course, all the other things as well. What is the reality when you actually land over there? I want to know about that.
To be very frank, जब खटमंडू पहुंच गया ना, तभी थोड़ा डर लग गया.
फट गई.
हाँ, थोड़ा डर लग गया कि you know अभी टाइम आ गया है, अभी करना ही है. अभी कैसे करना है, क्योंकि तब तक तो एक्साइटमेंट था, you know, कि एवरेस्ट बेस कैंप जाना है, you know, एंड बहुत जनों सब कितने जन ने बोला कि नो हो जाएगा, कुछ नहीं है, हो जाता है, इजी है, इजी है, इजी है. वो एक दिमाग में था कि इजी है, हो जाएगा, क्योंकि हमने अभी प्रिपेयर भी किया है, हो जाएगा. मगर कुछ ना कुछ तो था कि मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, तो यू नो वो डर था, एलिमेंट ऑफ डाउट, वो एक थोड़ा डर था. एंड बट आई थिंक इट वाज जस्ट दैट बिकॉज हम दोस्त थे, मस्ती कर रहे थे. वो दिन खटमंडू रात को भी पैक करे कि ये कपड़े यहाँ पहनना है कि ये नहीं पहनना है, यू नो, वो सब मस्ती में वो सब भूल गए. सुबह 4 साढ़े 4 बजे जब बोला उठ के जाना है, जब निकल गए, जब एक्चुअली हेलीकॉप्टर में, बिकॉज एक दिन हम लोग डिले हो गए थे कि वी कुड नॉट टेक ऑफ, बट द डे वी सैट इन द हेलीकॉप्टर लाइक दिस इज इट, वी हैव टू डू दिस. वी रीच लुकला, met the guide, such an amazing guy. He gave us so much confidence कि this is absolutely, look at you guys, you all are fit, you can do it. जब उसने बोला ना, बोला सूरज सोल हो जाएगा, चलो कुछ भी हो जाएगा, but we will not leave this. That way.
What is the level of support that these guides basically provide? Like I know आपने बोला कि starting में of course the conversation first time when you spoke to different 2-3 people and एक में narrow down किया. Must be because of course you said cost का, वो भी बाद में हम बात करेंगे.
हाँ जी.
But what are the factors, अगर ये कोई करना चाहता है,
हाँ जी,
तो एक गाइड में उनको क्या factors ढूंढने चाहिए जो चूज करने के बाद?
One is obviously the reviews. Very important is nowadays you get to see a lot of reviews on TripAdvisor. A lot of people also, so it's your references. You know, once you get a good reference from someone you know, that gives you an added boost as to हाँ मुझे मालूम है कि ये reference आया है, इसका टीम अच्छा है. And once you go there, and obviously we have already done a Zoom call. Why we narrowed down on one is because of the way he was, very down to earth. आपको कुछ भी चाहिए, you don't need to worry, I will give you my best guide. Obviously he's the tour operator and he's got his guides obviously there. I'll give you the best tour guide and all that kind of thing. So they have Hindi speaking, English speaking, all
Right.
those guides because they
Right.
are Nepalis, they are Sherpas basically. They're tough.
Right.
And so once you reach Lukla, at your first, as you land there, you meet your guide, you have lunch, and that's the time you get your first briefing with him. And that's how you realize how good guide he is or not. You know, because you're asking him tens of thousands of questions,
Right.
and he's answering all and not saying no, I don't know this. If he doesn't know, he will see to it that he gets surpassed that, he will take you to that place or whatever it is.
Got it.
But he will not surpass that question. You know,
Understood.
so that gives you a better confidence. कि मालूम है कि ये, it is very important to have a good guide. You know,
Right.
because there might be guides who might not be able to understand your language, because there's the EBC, you meet people from all over the world.
Right.
You know, the different languages. Obviously, you have somebody who speaks different dialects. Obviously, because they have come from different countries,
Right.
they have those guides also.
Of
You know,
course.
that kind. So we wanted only English and Hindi.
It's kind of a global place.
Correct. It is a you meet people from all over the world.
Right.
You know, it's an amazing journey. You meet a lot of friends. I've got new friends now on my Insta and, you know, kind of thing. So
Right.
that way. It is very important to get a good tour operator and a good guide.
Right.
You know, even if your tour operator is good, and if your guide is not good, you have lost half of that. You know, that kind of thing. But fortunately, we got a good guide. He gave us so much confidence. Like every day, at every stop, at every lunch, like if there are places when you're walking, you stop at lunch, then again you continue for your trek. That's how it's broken. And he used to stop, all okay, everything okay, no problem, any headache. You know, every time when we went little higher, and if somebody was last, he would walk with the last person. You know?
Always have to carry.
Always have to see that the last person is not left back.
Got
that
it.
kind of a thing. Like if I was always fast. I was like 20-30 minutes always ahead of these guys. Wait, so I used to get more breather. That kind of a thing.
Got it, right.
Yeah.
Now, ये टूर ऑपरेटर के बारे में आपने बोला तो मेरे दिमाग में सोच आई कि ये ऑपरेटर ढूंढने के लिए इज देयर लाइक अ स्पेसिफिक वेबसाइट और समथिंग के कोई जा सकता है और यू जस्ट सर्च ऑफ गूगल
Just search on, just looking for tour operators for EBC.
EBC
You'll get tons and dozens of them, and then you see which suits your package. Or so actually you can make your own package.
okay
You know, you can tell that same tour operator that I don't want to do a premium package, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to add this kind of a thing. You know, so there are a lot of factors in how much you pay,
right
kind of a thing. So any tour operator can make you a package like that.
Got your point.
But who's the tour operators? Only you will get to know is with the reviews. Reviews is very, very important. Like we have come back and we have given our review.
Positive
right?
review
And if there's anything negative, obviously you're going to know, okay,
right
there is something, कुछ तो
थोड़ा miss हुआ, हाँ.
miss हुआ है, kind of a thing.
okay
So
coming to then अभी आप पहुंच गए वहाँ पे you obviously when you met the guide he obviously instilled confidence in you first what do you call leg या journey जब आप शुरू करते हैं तो what is the unforeseen actually the unforeseen in the whole trip because I mean it's mother nature right तो
True.
anticipation तो आप कर ही नहीं सकते हो
correct.
so what are the unforeseen things that you actually went through
To be very frank, we had no unforeseen thing.
Okay.
We had 10 days of clear skies,
Wow.
blue skies. It is clean air. And you know what? I heard a lot of people, there's a lot of junk and there's a lot of debris and people have thrown things. Fortunately, there's nothing. It's absolutely clean. That's what I'm trying to. So obviously, the initial 3 stops has a lot of hotels and local staying. So, you know, right outside their houses, they're selling a few things, and you know all the. So you pass through all that, and there are steps. They have made proper steps in a lot of places. You know, there are plains and mountains and all, but there is a lot of steps and you know these kind of things. So it becomes easier, kind of a thing. One thing I was very scared was the suspension bridge because I heard so much about it, and we passed through a lot of suspension bridges in this when you're doing EBC. And I think it was so much fun. I actually did a jump on that. I'll send you a picture of that. I actually jumped in the middle of the suspension. I like, you know what? It's not scary at all. It was in my. It was just in back of my mind.
What is this suspension bridge?
So it's just connecting. There's a river flowing, right? So it's
Okay.
connecting one land to the other land.
Got it.
So like this, there are a lot of suspension bridges.
Understood.
That
But
kind
ऐसा ये वाला जो specific कोई बहुत high altitude पे कुछ है कि
नहीं, they're all I think similar. It's just the water flow is higher.
so you get scared and
I just thought I would, because it was in back of my mind that I
Uh-huh.
thought this would be a little scary
Right,
part kind of a thing. But I think it was really nice. It was, you know what, this whole trip was so much fun that I've actually danced every morning and every evening. That
Right.
kind of a thing.
Right.
So I think it's just a mind game.
I agree. Mental strength I think सबसे important होती है कोई भी चीज़ करने में, especially if you want to achieve the extraordinary. I want to talk about like what do you call stories. मतलब अगर जब भी आप लोग वहाँ पहुँचे and आपने EBC का जब भी ट्रैक शुरू किया तो कुछ ऐसी stories आपको सुनने मिली जिसमें people were like जैसे आपने बोला कि weather conditions are like sometimes not in your case. कुछ ऐसे stories.
A lot. In fact, as I said, there was a landslide and there was very bad weather just a week before we had landed there. In fact, we were going to leave on 29th September. 28th, a lot of people called me in Bombay and they said, "You can't go. Nepal is shut." I said, "Hello, I am going. I don't know. I am going." You know, and so people who had gone there before us could not even complete EBC. They had shut down. So they have reached 80% of their trek, and we have met them on the way. So listening to that, and they're just saying, just cross your fingers that the weather is like this when you reach there.
Right.
So maybe we have met them on the third stop or the fourth stop. You know, these guys are coming back down. They're sad because they've not been able to complete it. You know, because you have a limited time that you can go and come back. Also, you cannot stay because it's all planned in such a way that this group is going to come. They're going to have this room. So everything is planned in such a way. Even our 1 day delay, we were scared. I hope we get our rooms. You know, because there can be an over, because there is a you know, everybody gets delayed whatever happens. So these stories, we were like actually looking at like, you know what, I hope it doesn't rain. I hope the weather stays okay. And you know, we've heard of people in our hotel only that somebody could not, he got very bad AMS and he was airlifted. You know, all these little things scare you also. Like, what if I am the next person? You know?
Right.
So it's just, I think we were lucky.
Got it.
And I think we were just mentally very strong.
Got it.
You know, in fact, my friend Suraj, whose 50th it was, whose bucket list it was, and it turned out to be our bucket list.
Right.
He felt sick. Actually, not sick. He got a very bad cold, congestion, when we were at Luboche, which is like two more stops, and then we are going to. But it was so bad that he could not talk. He was only sipping water, warm water throughout. Wherever he was only sipping. We were not even talking to him. You know, like, don't talk, but we are going to finish. He's saying, I will finish it. So again, it was all mind. He knew it was bad, but it was not AMS. AMS has different symptoms. This congestion, obviously, it does happen, you know, to certain people. It's because obviously you're going from, and you're obviously layering yourself. So it's like, you wear 4 layers, and then by the time you start walking, next half an hour you start taking out certain, your one layer is because it starts getting warm, you're closer to the sun.
Right.
And then there are times that you're only wearing a t-shirt and you have nothing else, you know, I mean, not wearing anything, and there's snow,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing also.
Wow.
Because you're walking, so obviously you're warm enough,
Right.
but it's too warm to wear a jacket also.
Got your point.
That kind of
Okay.
So,
आप कभी वैष्णो देवी गए?
हाँ जी.
Okay. So I want to get an understanding, मतलब लोगों के लिए,
हाँ
and
जी.
I've also done वैष्णो देवी,
हाँ
of
जी.
course. So लोगों के लिए मतलब जो लोग EBC of course नहीं गए हैं, तो थोड़ा parallel in terms of like how difficult from point A to point B is. Not
हाँ
like
जी.
the whole EBC, but point A to point B, like Vaishno Devi versus like a EBC, because Vaishno Devi is also a
it's
little,
very tough, yeah.
Yeah. So can you give like a little?
So Vaishno Devi, I have done Vaishno Devi going up and down in 4 hours 10 minutes. Like I used to do it again. I said I was an athlete. Not only me, my wife and myself, both of us have done this, and we had a thing that we have to go there, do darshan, and come back immediately.
Yes, I've done the same. Yeah.
There are certain parts of the trek that I would say is as difficult as going to Vaishno Devi also, because I know Vaishno Devi has a lot of inclination on a lot of places.
Really
So
steep.
there are parts like that. The only thing is here you're doing it for a longer time. That way.
Fatigue is higher.
Yeah, and also I would say I don't know what the elevation is from Vaishno Devi to what is the base? Katra, correct? I don't know what is the elevation.
Got it.
But here we are doing a 600 meters to 800 meters elevation every day with 10 to 12 kilos of backpack on you.
Right.
You know,
Right.
plus the oxygen going lower and lower every time you're going up. I don't think so. Vaishno Devi is
Not
that
at
high,
all, yeah.
so you're not. There's no oxygen as problem. So I don't think so. We have gone that high, anyways. You know, maybe it's a 2,000 meter mark. It might be. I'm just
हाँ,
saying.
because I don't think so वहाँ पे मतलब as in
Oxygen का problem. So then I don't think so. We are anyway closer in that kind of sense.
Right.
But because you're on your way to EBC, the oxygen does get lower. You know, it's thinner. So you have to take care of that part. Fortunately, we never needed to take an oxygen, but our guide has it.
I was just going to
Yeah,
ask.
a guide has his medical kit separately. He has a small oxygen
cylinder.
tank. And also because you're going to go to it's called tea houses where we stay and we have a lunch and breakfast and all. It's called tea houses where we rest and all that. They all are equipped with oxygen tanks.
Got it.
That way.
Okay.
Yeah.
ये जर्नी में मतलब एज इन लाइक यू वर सेइंग 10 days, तो 10 days में मतलब कैसा है, नहाने वाने मिलता है कि नहीं?
So again, we took the premium package.
Got it.
We took with attached bathroom till everybody had where you could use. I would say till Loboche. After that, not in Loboche, sorry, Dingboche.
Okay.
That was the last time we could take a shower because we had an attached bathroom and you're getting warm water.
Got it.
After that, there is a common toilet.
Okay.
You know, for everyone.
अच्छा.
It's a common toilet.
रहता है मतलब फिर भी.
There is a common toilet. There's like English and Indian toilets are there.
Right.
But it's cold.
Nobody wants to take a shower.
You don't even want to go to the loo. Forget shower. You don't even want to go because there is no electricity.
Got it.
So after 6:37, we carry headlamps.
Right.
Put your headlamp and go to the loo. So
Right.
just imagine at 2, 3, 4 degrees in the night when you want to go, you get out of your sleeping bed, off your this kambal, and then you want to go to the loo because then you wear your boots again. You know, you again wear your down jacket. You do all this and then go.
Right.
And you wear everything and then go to the loo and come back because it's difficult.
It's really cold.
But then you have to.
Got your point.
So till a certain point you have comfort hai. Again, because we took a premium package. Otherwise, if you do a basic package, it's a common toilet throughout. That way. It's again I said it. It's all what you take.
Right.
So we thought since we are already doing this, जा रहे तो थोड़ा तो comfort में जाना चाहिए. That kind of thing. And obviously we had 2 rooms. We are 3 of us. So we are doing a toss as to who will sleep with whom and who gets one whole day. That kind of a thing.
Solo, who will fly solo. Nice.
That kind of a thing. So there's nothing.
Got it. Okay. Let's talk about the essentials that you had to pack in terms of the gear.
Okay.
So ये gear जो होता है basically ये part of आपका package होता है and the operator provides it.
No, I'll tell you. So tour operator will give you a sleeping bag. Again I said depending on what package you have taken. So we had taken the premium package where they gave us a sleeping bag, they gave us the poles, and they gave us a duffel bag. Duffel bag is where you keep all your thing, and we taken porters. So the porters are carrying a duffel bag. They used to leave early before us. They used to reach our tea house before we reached, so that it's outside our room and everything. Very well organized kind of a thing. Besides that, anything else we had to buy it ourselves.
Oh.
Okay. So from your cap, sunglasses, fleece jackets, gloves, your baklava, or it's called, right? Balakala. Okay. Your jacket, your down jacket. So even one down jacket is what our operator had given us, the thick down jacket, which can go up to minus 20 degrees.
Got it.
That we had all.
The down jacket?
So basically, it's used for snow. So there's a light down jacket where it is up to, I would say, 5 to 10 degrees. The light down jacket is good enough.
Okay.
But after that, you need a little heavier, which is double coated.
But it's just a jacket only.
It's a Gore-Tex kind of a jacket where it'll keep you warm. In snow, you can just lie down and nothing's gonna happen. That kind of jacket. So it's that also our tour operator had given us. So once we are there the first day, So the duffel bag with all these things we had taken all this and we had gone.
Right.
Besides that, your trek pants, you need to carry around 3 to 4 trek pants. You need rain pants. You need wind sheeter because it might rain anytime. You need, if you're not a wind sheeter, so I did not carry a wind sheeter. I went and bought, those small kind of things. You just put it on
Like
yourself.
an overcoat.
Overcoat kind of
whole
thing. Yeah.
Got
I
it,
just
okay.
bought that.
Understood.
And because so where we are staying, Tamil is the place in Kathmandu where everybody stays, and it's a
Right.
beautiful town, amazing place to party and things. We're like, okay, when we come back, we are going to come and party
Right,
that
right.
way. And so we bought a few things from there. We bought our tablets as to our Diamox, and also we had bought these tablets of water purification tablets, because you're going up, you don't know how pure the water is. So every time we should fill a bottle of water, put that for half an hour, and then drink that. We could even go pick up water from the stream, put the tablet, and drink it. So we did that all throughout. We had carried two sachets of that, and we had enough tablets for us to last, like 100, 200 tablets kind of a thing.
Got your point.
So every liter of water you put one tablet,
Understood.
and that way. Balance, I think your medical, as you said, you carry your own depending on what kind of medical supplies that you need.
Right.
And boots, you need nice mountaineering boots. I did not buy them.
You can
My
rent.
friend, I rented this from this place called, I also went search and I got to know it called Sherpal, Sharepal, PAL, or basically however you call it. I went, beautiful site, very easy. I told them my size, whatever, I punched in my size. It came via courier to me properly in a locked bag, and only once I paid, once I gave them the code, I could open the code. They sent me a code. It was very well organized, very nicely thought of thing.
This is in Bombay or
In
over
Bombay.
there? In Bombay.
In Bombay.
Okay, nice.
So obviously, and actually I was supposed to buy this a month earlier so that it would be comfortable for me.
Right.
I said, I don't think so. I'm going to do any more treks. Wearing that to office I did that once. I wore it in my house when I went down walking up my building, and this is the little I could do. Otherwise, not do any trekking as such. But you should buy it earlier if you can buy it earlier so that it's comfortable for you, because there should not be a problem when you're walking up.
Got it.
That way. It was very cheap. I paid some 100 or 110 rupees per day. So 1600 rupees is what I paid for that. All 20. I took it for 20 days.
Right.
So it turned out much cheaper the more you book it.
Of course.
So that website was perfect, and you can buy it from there. So you don't need to spend. You can actually buy a lot of things from rent out a lot of things from Sherpas.
Makes
I've
sense.
realized.
Right.
For people who don't want to spend.
Yeah. Because kitna use karne
how
wala
much
hai?
will you use it? How many times will you wear the trekking pants? How many times you're going to wear those jackets? You can, rent it out from there.
Right.
That was one thing. Obviously, you needed different kind of socks, which I bought again. I thought I don't need to buy the expensive, but I think Decathlon has everything. You go to Decathlon, you can pick up one stop shop, and you can pick up everything.
Free branding for Decathlon.
Free branding for Decathlon. Yeah, they're going to give us something now.
Right. But is there a checklist भी होती है जो
Yes,
operator
the
देता है
operator
आपको?
gives you everything. So they give you the whole itinerary of this is how it goes, and also things you need to carry. Everything is given in the email and the brochure.
Perfect.
And we follow that kind of a thing.
Understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, सबसे toughest leg आपके journey का और ये trek का क्या है and क्यों?
So our third day is basically from Phagding to Namche Bazaar. Actually, I'm not even the third day; it was second day only. And it is almost a 900 meter elevation, and you're actually going up like this. You're only going up. And I'm telling my friend, and forget my friends are behind. I'm telling myself, Nick, why are you even doing this? Actually, it's like, why am I? This is the third day, and I'm like, why am I even doing this? It's unnecessary to walk so high, and it's difficult, But then it's again your mind. Your mind is telling you, you know what? You've come for a purpose. Why you want to give up? ये खत्म हो जाएगा. You know what I mean? Because before that, it was a decline. You're like, अरे ऐसा, there's no worry. But जब that walk happened, and everybody was finished. So there were a lot of breaks we took in between, So like I told you, I was always 15-20 minutes ahead of my friends. but I had more buffer time when they used to come. I used to take breather with them, so I used to get more buffer time. And I was like relaxing. I used to do a lot of stretching. Wherever I stopped, I did a stretch. Because obviously your legs get stiff, your back gets stiff.
Yes.
So
Injuries होने का chance
injuries होने का chance ज़्यादा है, and all that. So I should do a nice stretch, and then okay, now guys, now let's go. You could refill water if your water is over. There's a lot of provisions given everywhere.
But तो ये इसमें मतलब tough was because of the terrain or
Because of the terrain.
Terrain.
Yeah,
तो
only
क्या है?
because-
What is the terrain like?
Again, I said you're just going up like this. You're actually looking up, or you're looking down at these guys like,
Wow.
my God, they are really down, man. And it's you don't know how far it is because it's a jungle.
Right.
Correct. You're walking through a jungle. It's It's in the mountain where there are trees. Right? You don't know how far is this going up to.
Understood.
But obviously once you reach Namche Bazaar, and that's from 2,600 to 3,400. When you've touched there, like, what? I'm done. Thank God. Now what do we do? Do we need to? Is it going to be like this? So fortunately, every guide actually over there, they tell you, sir, this is the only tough part. इसके बाद Nepali flat है. Nepali flat hai. And there for them it is very easy. Nepali flat is like this and like this and like this, but for them they don't understand this. Sir, abhi Nepali flat hai. I would just say that if you have company, you have friends, whoever you're going with or whatever, you make a lot. We know a lot of solo travelers, a lot of couples. Just make friends because you're walking and you have tons of people going. You just make friends and just have a good time. I think once you start having conversation, you forget the pain. That way.
कितना time लगता है मतलब ये like 1.1 lakh 2 seconds?
So on an average, you're walking around 6 hours to 8 hours every day. In between, there's a lunch break. We have a stop for 1 hour. So there are tea houses again, which has been assigned by your tour operator to the guide. That you have to take them to these tea houses because there are a lot of tea houses. And then you order. So there's an amazing menu. You see whatever you want from there. There's pizzas and sandwiches and your Nepali or momos and all these little. But I got stuck to this thing called dal bath. So they have dal, rice, one bhaji, one papad, and unlimited.
Oh, nice.
Because I was just thinking I need to do a lot. Because maybe that one sandwich or pizza might not fill my stomach.
Yeah.
Or they have spaghetti. They have a lot of different varieties of food.
Right.
But I was hooked on to dal bath. I think I had it every single day. Wherever I went, I had the dal. Carb loading was important. But I should always feel, अरे अभी lunch break, अभी और 3 घंटा चलना है, नींद नहीं आ जाए. You know how it is? वो चावल खा के बोलते हैं ना, नींद आ जाएगा. But it never happened.
And economically priced?
So it was in our package. It was included. But if you go there individually, if you have taken the most basic package, it's very cheap. Nepali rupee मतलब 200 या 300 रुपए Nepali rupee मतलब it's 100 rupees for a meal. I would say that's very cheap. Also, when you're going higher, things become expensive, correct? Because obviously they are also taking everything and there is no transport. They have mules or yaks that carry things for them.
Right.
So obviously they are adding.
उसका भी cost है.
So I would say after your Namche Bazaar, even Namche Bazaar was expensive, but not every bottle of water that you want to buy, hot water. We have to buy hot water because it's cold, right? You have to keep sipping on hot water. Costed at Namche at around say 300 rupees, Nepali rupees. Gorakhshev, your last stop, costed us 1,000 rupees a liter for a liter of water.
Wow. Okay.
But you have to buy it.
Of course.
You have no choice. You can't have cold water. Or you buy a bottle of water, which again will be 400-500 Nepali rupee. But you rather have warm water because that is essential for your body.
Got it.
So things keep getting expensive. You don't get, so we are taking a premium package as I said, but after a certain point there is no charging points in your room or anywhere. So you start going to the tea house, you give your charger, they will charge you for even charging your phone or anything you want to charge. Your camera battery,
Right.
you have to pay. Again, depending on where you are, on what level, from 500 Nepali rupee to 1,000-1,200 Nepali rupee to do 1 hour of charging.
I understand.
That kind of thing. So it turns out, because obviously there is what other means of business there.
Which is fair because they're providing a service.
They are giving out service. There's no electricity. They have solars and generators to a certain extent. So you have electricity till certain point. Once the energy is gone, you're in darkness. That's right. But it's cold, so it's not the heat. It's the cold that. So they have these beds that they give you if you want to buy.
Right.
You can rent it out for the night. You have these
Got it,
electrical beds and things that way. So everything is nicely organized, very organized. Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about the day. मतलब मुझे give me an idea of how the days, like what time do you start in the morning, and then you said कि 1 घंटा lunch का होता है.
हाँ जी.
So just give me an idea of that whole day. What time it ends, and what do you do
Post that, yeah.
till the next day?
So usually we get up at around 6:30. We are at our breakfast at 7. 7 to 7:30 we have our breakfast. Again, that you order one night before. You tell them what you want to have, and as you sit down, your breakfast is come with your coffee or whatever have you ordered. You start trekking, say at 7:30. You will walk around between 3 to 4 hours, depending on how much distance you need to cover, and then you reach your tea house for your lunch. So say if you have reached at 11 o'clock or 11:30. So again, it depends on how much time you want to waste time. I mean, it's on your
The faster you are,
it all depends, because there is nobody pushing you. It's up to us. We could have sat for lunch for 2 hours also, but what are you going to do there, right? So you sit down there for an hour. You have your lunch. So I have to take out my boot, take out everything, just absolutely relaxed, and then you leave from there, and again you walk for 3 hours. It's another 3 hours of walk. Usually around 3 to 4 hours again, depending on how much distance you're covering. Then once you reach your tea house, you relax, you shower, change to your track pants and a t-shirt and a jacket, depending on how the weather is, and you're just relaxing either in your room talking to your friends, or you're in the restaurant. Basically, it's a community place where everybody comes talking about their experiences, about India or about anywhere from they are from, making friends, kind of thing. 6 o'clock is when you have your dinner. Between 6 to 7, depending on what time you've told them to. You can tell them, I want to eat dinner at 6, or you want to have dinner at 7. But 8 o'clock is last. After that, they will not. They will want you to finish before that. So I think the last event when we had was 7 o'clock and not later than that. So 6:30 you have your dinner. Then you're just relaxing there for some more time. You go back to your room. I think by 9:30, 10, you are anyway knocked out because you walk so much.
Right.
Once you're lying down, you don't want to get up.
Obviously. What time does the sun usually set during this time? And this is the best time to do the trek.
So there are two buffers, as you would call that. You can do windows as you would want to do EBC. One is your March, April, May, and one is your
July, August.
No,
September,
October, and only till mid-November. But then it starts getting cold.
Okay.
That is your best time. This is good is because it's much clearer that way. Autumn and spring kind of a thing, I would say. So it's much clearer at this time. That's what. So even we planned in such a way that we'll go in September end on October kind of a thing.
Got it.
And so yeah, that was how it is. And I think sun rises at around 5:30, I would say, because obviously you're closer there to the sun. So you can see a little, but we usually, again I say, we get up post 6 o'clock, whatever happens. We get up by around 6:30 and we are out at 7. And sunset, so to be very frank, we have always been inside our hotel by around between 2 and 3:30.
Okay.
So once you have finished your lunch, you walk. We have always been there by that time. He'll tell us, आपका pace इतना है, आप आज 2 बजे पहुंच जाओगे. You are walking nice and fast. It all depends on that. There are people who might walk slow also. That kind of thing. So sunset, I would say, sunset should be around 5 again, or 5:30.
Right.
Yeah.
And how are these places? मतलब these places are like your run-of-mill places जैसा है कि?
No, they're very nice, decent, fully wooden. Rooms are very small. Obviously, as you enter, there are 2 beds and that's it. There's nothing. There's no space.
Very basic.
Very, very basic. And but they're nice. They're friendly people.
Cozy and homely.
Very homely. And the center, your restaurant where everybody meets actually, is where you have your heater. Everybody's surrounded there. They're sitting by the woodside kind of a thing. You're sipping your coffee or your lemon tea. I got hooked onto lemon tea over there. It was beautiful. I've never had lemon tea over here, but there every day there was lemon tea, and it was nice. It was a very nice, beautiful feeling. And that, again, I said, there are a lot of solo travelers, a lot of couples, a lot of only women, a lot of only men. So all different genres of people.
Got it. Of course, अगर दिन में आप 6 से 8 घंटे चल रहे हो, then and if you've had like breakfast and lunch and stuff like that, at some point of time शायद आपको पेट खाली करने भी जाना पड़ता है. What is the scenario for that? It's a
So, fortunately, to go to the loo as such, it's never happened. But you can go off jungle and do whatever.
Oh, is it?
But you
Okay.
obviously you want to go and pee. You can obviously it's
वो तो यहाँ ही होता है वहाँ पे.
correct. So that is I have never seen anyone as such go. But again I said the initial first few stops there are hotels and there are places. Maybe you'll have to pay a certain sum and you can just go.
No, because आपने बोला कि it's well organized, so I was wondering if there are
There
stops which are
there
made
are
like.
there are couple of places where they were loose. Couple of places. Once as you pass Sagarmatha National Park, you come to a gate.
Right.
There is over there, and there is one more. I think just before we touched Namche Bazaar, I remember when I was taking a breather, I saw people going and
Got it.
there.
Got it.
And also you for food, as you say, because you've eaten, you're walking. You also carry your energy bars. There are a lot of things again that you need to carry. So it's in your backpack. Like I said, your bag is between 8 to 12 kilos because of this. You know, there are a lot of things. You have your nuts, your trail mix. So you keep munching.
Right.
Your friends are having this, we're having this, whatever. So you keep having this. You carry some gel for your water and your, those kind of things. You're just
Understood.
like your Gatorade or whatever, depending on what is comfortable to you. You keep having that.
इतना चलने के बाद मतलब वहाँ पे obviously like as you said you stretch quite a bit and naturally मतलब I know playing भी normally हम करते हैं तो पता है आपको कि at the end of the day when you've overworked yourself so then you always need to release your muscles and stuff like that. So do they have like massages and stuff like that? Were you guys doing that where
no
you just
there are no massage places and all of that, nothing at all.
Not even like locals who just release your muscles, nothing. You have to do all of that
yourself. You have to do everything yourself.
Okay, just help your buddy out.
If none of us did anything for each other, to be very frank, it was not that taxing.
Because you guys are prepared so much.
Because I guess we were excited that okay, you know what, now we have reached here. Got it. So I think that excitement anyway releases all your pain.
Got it.
You know. So इतना भी नहीं था. As long as you can stretch out in between and if you know your body is giving you some trouble, you must listen to your body. That's all it is. If you think you cannot go one step ahead, don't go one step ahead and wait. And you have a lot of people to help you that.
So, अगर कोई unfortunate case में अगर कुछ हो गया आपके health को and stuff like that, then क्या options हैं वहाँ पे to?
I would say take insurance. Very, very important. They have these local insurance where your helicopter rides and all, evacuation helicopter rides are included in that. Otherwise, if you don't take an insurance, also your medical will help. Secondly, if you don't take an insurance, your evacuation helicopter will cost you anything between 1 to 1.5 lakh rupees.
Wow.
That's your whole trip, what you're spending on. So that can be an expensive thing. So you rather pay. It's an expensive insurance for 10 days. It's 10,000 rupees, but I would still say to take it. If you don't use it, nothing like it because it's not needed, but you must take it. And I think it is important to take an insurance.
Got your point.
And evacuation होता है. हम लोग के सामने evacuation हुआ है. People have reached 80% and they have been evacuated, and we have seen that.
Wow.
AMS किसको भी हो सकता है. I know friends who are marathon runners who have gone only 50% and come back because they are not. You know what I would say. Now my book, which I'm writing, which I'm not writing as such, I've clicked, being a photographer, I've clicked a lot of images. I've got a good set of images. I'm making a book, coffee table book, and I've called it Mind Over Matter, actually.
Right.
Because it is, it's only your mind that keeps telling you, go, you'll finish it, you'll finish it. That's all. And once you're there, you're on top of the world more than anything else.
Right.
Though you're not yet gone to Everest, but you're just gone to the base camp. For us, it's top of the world.
At any point of time, ये 10 दिन में कोई एक ऐसी journey या कोई एक ऐसा moment आया where you said you felt like giving up?
Namche Bazaar. So I said the third day itself was the time I thought, why am I doing this? And I'm telling when I waited for them, I said, hello guys, why are we doing this? And they're all laughing at me like, no comments kind of a thing. Right. But yeah, I think it was just, because you have your close friends and you're motivating them, they are motivating you, you're helping them with something, they're helping you with something. So that just keeps pushing you. And your guide is always there to, this is nothing, abhi to kuch nahi, abhi dekho flat aayega. There's no flats coming, but he'll just tell you. So he's giving you that vision, kuch nahi, abhi to flats aa jayega.
Right.
Jayega. Right. I'm like, theek hai. The acclimatization days we had twice. We had once
Right.
in Namche and one in Ringboche. Those were also difficult climbs. They were very difficult climbs actually, And after we finished the climb, that's the first time I did a headstand. At 3,860 meters, that's the first time I did a headstand. And I told myself, I want to do a headstand when I go to EBC.
Right.
I never knew where I'll do it, but I saw that, and there was a yoga institute there,
Okay.
right outside that banner. And I did a headstand. I felt so good, I could do that. My next headstand, actually, I did at EBC also.
Wow.
It was difficult because I was in snow.
Yeah, right.
It was difficult to balance, but I still did it.
Yeah, I saw that picture. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think yoga helped me. I always believe that yoga, as they say, is for the elderly,
Right.
but I'm highly mistaken. I think it's for everyone,
Right.
as long as you can, because I think yoga it gives you a lot of flexibility. It's more about flexibility, and
Right.
actually your core strength comes from yoga.
Right.
I've realized that. More than anything, it's your core strength, because they make you hold in certain postures that you're building up only that muscle for that day.
Got it,
That kind of a thing. I never thought I'll be able to do a headstand even when I'm at my class. But when I did it, and I used to only take support of the back wall.
Right.
But this is the first time actually I did
Without support.
at EBC without any support.
Nice.
So that gave me more confidence.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it
so
feels
yoga
good.
is a good exercise to do. Once or twice a week is a good way to.
Understand.
It's also a de-stress, I would say.
Got
Yoga
it.
is a total de-stress.
Right. What was वो moment and वो place जहाँ पे आप पहुँचे and first time you saw Mount Everest? What is that feeling and what is the place?
So when we are doing our acclimatization trip at from Namche Bazaar, we were supposed to see the Mount Everest, but unfortunately the weather was bad,
Right.
and we could not see it. So that was a little downer kind of a thing. But the next day, when we started walking from there, and on a trail we saw it, we have a lot of pictures that we clicked, obviously, of that with us
Right.
together, selfies, and all that. That is that. So they call Mount Everest Sagar Mata.
Okay.
Sagar Mata means head over the blue sky in Nepal,
Okay.
and the Nepalis call that. So that is Sagar Mata, and hopefully, if God willing, we might even reach there. Which
Got it.
our family think you've gone mad that now you've done this, that to go
Right.
all the way there. It's not going to be possible. But looking at Mount Everest itself is.
Yeah, that's what. So I want to understand
Yeah.
कि मतलब वो feeling क्या है?
It was. We thought actually we are walking there.
Yeah.
Because you're just telling yourself you're going to Everest. We never called it EBC. Most of it we say we are going for the Everest
Right.
camp, correct? But हमारे लिए वो Everest का जो what we saw ना, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Though it's far and whatever you could see a little of it, and but I think just that it's just
Feeling,
overwhelming.
yeah.
It's.
And base camp say you can see it clearly.
No, you cannot see
No,
from
you
base
cannot.
camp. You cannot see it.
Only
So the
from-
next day, you get up very early at around 3 o'clock. There's a place called Kala Patthar. So
Okay.
your trek is not ended there. You come back to Gorakshep. You're parked there. You're staying there. Then you go to next morning. You get up early morning. So that's where your headlamps are used. Okay. Again, and it's very cold. It's -7, -8 degrees.
Wow.
So that's the temperature we were walking in the last 2 days. That way. And so you reach Kala Patthar. That's where you see the first rays of the sun against the.
Oh.
It's so beautiful. I'm actually getting goosebumps right now just thinking about it. It is very, very beautiful. It's very difficult because that Kala Patthar climb is again, I would say the second most difficult climb. After Namche Bazaar walk, this was the most difficult. It is actually very steep. So they say that if it's rained or if it's snowed or something, and if it's melted, it's very difficult because you're going to slip back, kind of a thing.
Okay.
So sometimes they tell you to wear those. You wear it on your boots. Those.
Okay, the one which have those
The
spikes.
spikes, yeah. I can't get the name of it, but you wear that,
Right.
and we thought we'll need to buy it or we'll have to rent it 2 days before that. But fortunately, a lot of people said no, it's clean enough. It's clear enough for you to walk and have a look at it.
Why is it called Kala Patthar?
Because it's a Kala Patthar only.
it's a
You
rock
go, the rock is called Kala Patthar, and that's like a clear vision of Sagarmatha.
Got it. So in ये trekking के पूरे journey में is most of it like walking even when you're doing this steep? So is there like harness and all which is included?
No.
No, it's
Nothing.
just walking.
It's just walk.
Okay, so
There are a
you
lot of
like
planes
such-
also, but even your plane is not plane. It's just plane. This is called plane for them. That kind of
got
thing.
it, okay.
Not a lot of it is
But
there.
elevation है.
But there is elevation. Everywhere there's an elevation, but there you will not see when you're walking in a plain land, you will not know
Got
that it's going up. But
Got
there
it.
is a slight elevation.
Understood.
But certain areas there is a lot of elevation. You know.
And मतलब altitude sickness या thin oxygen होने के वजह से like जैसे लेह लद्दाख जैसे हम जाते
हाँ
हैं
जी.
तो लेह लद्दाख में a lot of people of course like they say that it's always good to drive up so you can acclimatize.
Correct.
Dimox लेते हैं
Correct.
ये वो and all that. Can you tell us like in terms of comparison मतलब कि oxygen thinning वो level पे और यहाँ पे कितना हो सकता है?
So I would say it's almost similar.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, there you're going in the car. You're not tiring yourself. Here you're walking.
Right.
So I mean that's all. I mean there's no other explanation because you're walking. You're consuming a lot of energy. You're breathing harder.
Right.
So that's how you need more oxygen.
Right.
That's how it is.
Right.
So again I said when you exercise, any kind of exercise you do, breathe well because that's going to help you. You know. So whenever we do this, we need to do this even when you're doing your regular exercises.
Right.
So it's not that you're just exercising because you want to get fit, but you're also exercising because you're doing good breathing exercises.
Right. And what's the experience like once you reach the EBC?
Again, I said, I mean, I think I've sent you a picture, or I will send you a picture that I've actually jumped on that. So it's a rock. And so basically how it is, it's just a rock where they've written, this is EBC. And people actually camp there before they go to the Everest.
Right.
So when we had reached, the camps had not started. They would have started maybe a 15-day late post that, you know. So we had reached much earlier than that. I think they start in November, first week of 15 November is when they start camping there.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And like when the initial people who had started doing Everest, that's what they realized this is where we should have a camp. And now we can do that. So that's why they call it EBC. It's actually nothing. You can see the Khumbu Glacier there.
Okay.
Beyond, just before the Khumbu Glacier. And so that's the most difficult part for even going Everest, right? So you pass Khumbu Glacier and then it's easier to climb, as you say. So we are just before the Khumbu Glacier. So we are standing there and you can see Khumbu Glacier down. That's how it is. And in one part is where they camp. And that's how they go there. That's where you need your ladders and your ropes and all. Khumbu Glacier is the most difficult part, as they say. So we are just before the difficult part.
Got it. Yeah. And then वहाँ पे you stay a night?
No.
You just go.
So actually, the last day, you go from Loboche, you go to Gorakshep. You leave very early. You leave actually at 5:30 or I think 5:30 or 6 in the morning. We leave. It's very cold. It's around. I think when we left, we checked. It was a -7 or -8 degrees. That's when we left. We reach Gorakshep. You just keep your bags there, and then you go to. So it's a longer walk that day. So you're going from Loboche to Gorakshep to EBC. And you have to go at a certain time because you have to come back before it gets dark.
So people, you have to touch and you have to come back.
You have to go there. You're there for an hour or something. You click your pictures, relax there, say congratulate to everybody who's there, and then you walk back. Right. So you walk back to Gorakshep. That's how it is. And what we did, and nobody ever has done that, we actually carried a bottle of champagne there. It was his 50th. And we actually popped a champagne and everybody was there to go get it. So there's a line to get on the rock to get a picture done, right? Everybody's given 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, whatever it is.
Right.
So we actually popped the champagne and everybody like, oh my God, we all should have done this, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience. I mean, we ended up also with an amazing celebration, you know, popping a champagne on Everest Base Camp.
Right.
And then obviously once I think when we came back, my friends came an hour later. I was so excited that I was literally running back down. It was like a good 3.5, 4 hour walk. I was there an hour earlier than my friends came back. So I was like, I want to just go, and I actually thought I'll go and have a drink there, but I still did not drink there.
Okay.
I only came back to Kathmandu and we celebrated,
of course,
you know, with our single malt in the room, like we did it kind of a thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
बट ये इज दिस अ रियलिटी जो सब लोग बोलते हैं कि मतलब ऑफ कोर्स the feeling or the vision of like going to these things is very good, but वहाँ पे मतलब there is actually like how you know the Everest traffic like they call it.
Correct.
It's is it a real thing? Like that, and ये दिमाग में मेरे क्यों आया क्योंकि आपने बोला कि मतलब you just get 1 minute to click a picture and then
So it's so again I'm saying everybody has their own timing of how fast or how slow they are, right?
right.
I think we would have waited for 20 minutes to to go on that rock. So that means there were 50, 100 people, I would say. It's
Wow.
not that there was nobody. But on the way, I have pictures on the suspension bridge that I've clicked. And I cannot even see the suspension bridge. There are like so many people on the bridge.
Wow.
Because the season has started and everybody's going. And also there was a ripple effect of people who could not go.
Because of the landslide.
Correct. So that is also the reason that there were more people when we were there. That kind of thing. You know, it's very unfortunate for people who could not complete, you know, who were there a couple of days earlier. I feel really bad for them because they have gone like to Loboche, I would say. That's the last stop and then you only walk. And they could not go is because there was the landslide and they had actually shut down the...
But इतनी पब्लिक देख के फिर थोड़ा सा इरिटेट होता है कि मतलब इतनी सीनिक ब्यूटीफुल
इतना
जगह में
नहीं होता है. I mean, see, again I said, it's your pace. You want to click a picture, let people go, or you go to a place and click a picture. It's just that. Or you just enjoy the... It doesn't really affect. इतना नहीं है.
Got it.
जो दिखता है क्योंकि it's a mountain at the end of the day. It's a vast place. People are spread out. You know, there are places where you're passing and there are narrow lanes.
Right.
That's like only one way, but you actually sneak in because it's off cliff then. You know, you can fall down if you can.
Right.
But
तो बट ऐसे सिचुएशन भी आते हैं जहाँ पे ऐसा देख के डर लगता है कि भाई थोड़ा यहाँ हुआ.
हाँ होता है because it's rocky also ना. There are places where it's only rocky and it's one cliff down.
Wow.
I mean, you might just go down kind of a thing, you know.
Right.
But you know, होता नहीं है. But
you don't have to be adventurous तभी.
नहीं. You don't have
safe.
to. When you want to go and especially when you want to go to pee, you go to the mountain side, go to the higher side and not go downside because you don't know. It might be slippery. There are pebbles and you know all that kind of thing. So इतना भी adventurous नहीं होना. Because you go to your tea house when you're going for lunch. That's where you are like more relaxed.
You have to be real. Don't try to be.
Don't try to be so adventurous. Yeah. Because also during a lot of places there are yaks. They are carrying goods, right?
Oh yeah.
There are mules. There are people who are. There are a lot of Sherpas who only carry this right for a living. You know, and hats off to these Sherpas. I mean, these guys are tough, man. They have like. We are complaining of 8 to 10 kilo, 12 kilos that we have to carry. They are carrying anything between 40 to 80 kilos on themselves and they're walking up. Wow. So I'm telling you, it's hats off to these guys and they do this day in, day out. They do this, how they do it. But I think they were born to do that. And I think it's an amazing, just looking, I have pictures of, as you say, I don't know, how do I term that? It's like totally opposite. It's a yak with the goods and a Sherpa with the goods. I have a picture of that, you know, just to show the difference of, you know.
Nice. I mean, it's inspirational to like. Also, ऐसे लोग को देखते हैं and when they are doing so much, then you also get motivated कि यार इन लोग इतना कर रहे हैं, हम तो इतना तो कर
ये लोग इतना कर सकते हैं, हम लोग क्यों complain कर रहे हैं?
Exactly.
You know, हम लोग को luxury क्यों चाहिए खाली?
Got it.
You know, rough out करो कभी-कभी.
What is the ज़्यादा difficult part, going up or coming down?
So we again did not come down walking.
Oh, you flew down.
So from Gorakhpur, next morning we had the helicopter to take us down straight to. So it stops at Periche, and you change because that helicopter is a smaller helicopter, 2-seater. The pilot and just 2 more people.
Right.
You come to Periche where there is a bigger chopper that will get you back to Lukla.
That's
it. Or you walk down again. It will take you, I think, 4 to 5 days just to come back down. Again, obviously you're going to stop and.
But जो सुना है आपने मतलब लोगों से तो मतलब क्या किसी से बात की जो
बहुत जन walking आ जाते हैं. Lot of people.
But ज़्यादा difficult वो journey है कि ऊपर जाने वाली.
ऊपर जाने वाली.
Yeah.
See again, I would say I would have not done a walk down is because of my back and my knee. Because there is more pressure when you're walking
Always.
down. You know, so I would never want to do that. Fortunately, there's a service for we got helicopters. So we took that part.
या जो लोगों काफी लोगों को जो पता नहीं होता ये बात, जो हमेशा बोलते हैं कि अरे नी में प्रॉब्लम है, नी दुख रहा है, अब चढ़ने में प्रॉब्लम होगी, they don't even know कि knee is used when it goes down.
Yes.
It's never used when
Never,
you're climbing
never
up.
up. So again, when I used to practice in my building, when I used to walk up,
हाँ,
I used to walk up, say turn 30 floors, but I used to take the lift and go back down,
हाँ,
not walk down,
right,
because that is where your pressure, maximum pressure is, and that's where you're going to affect it. You know,
Exactly.
that way.
great. Family or मतलब I think as they say कि women always come up with the smartest thing, like your wife said कि 20 दिन पहले कि आप 1 महीने पहले जाके पहले एक CT एंजियो करके आओ, अगर वो ओके हुआ तो then you can go.
Correct.
What sort of support ऐसी चीजें करने के लिए फैमिली की चाहिए?
I think they are the biggest support. I mean, if you don't get permission from them, you're not going to go anyways. And also, they could see the way you are progressing, you know, and they were motivating you. You know, wife and daughter are always supported. Always. They're like, I said, आज यहाँ नहीं जाना है. I know party होगी, late होगा, कल मुझे work कर. Okay, नहीं, no problem, नहीं जाएंगे. So these little things, you know, and in the long run really helped, kind of a thing. And then motivational support was always there. कि, "Yeah, you will do it. You're an athlete." You know, actually, I was a state level athlete since school. I was a javelin thrower and a football player. I coached a school, a school for football. So I always had that thing of being an athlete. I was the best boy athlete of my school of Jamnabai during my time. So they always said, "You are an athlete. तेरे से तो हो ही जाएगा. कुछ भी हो जाए, ओलो का मुझे पता नहीं. You will always do it." You know, they always had that thing. But again, it's just that little motivational talks that I got from them. Also, the CT angios, because I had a little family history, you know, and they thought it's safer for me and us together, that you should get this done, because if there is anything, at least you have detected earlier, you know, and not push yourself to that limit that you're not coming back, kind of a thing. So it was a safer option. If anything was wrong in the report, I could have solved it, and okay, maybe not gone for EBC, but at least I knew I was in the right path of solving that problem, that kind of a thing. Right. So that was just one of it that I think family and your friends are the only ones who's going to give you that के हो जाएगा, टेंशन मत ले. I've had friends who tell me, अरे जा, तेरे लिए तो ये मतलब तू तो 10 बार भी जाके आ जाएगा, ऐसे मैं 10 बार नहीं जाऊंगा, एक बार जाऊंगा तो जा करके आ जाऊंगा बस. So it was always them that was in my mind. My trainer, I would say, actually I thought of my trainer so many times. His name is Vittal, and how much I remember. Actually, I called him from one point also. I said, Vittal, thank you so much. आपके वजह से I've done this, because he used to say, sir, ये करना है आपको, इतना करना है, इतना sets करना है आपको, you know, करना है. And he was not looking के how difficult, even he doesn't know, even I did not know, but he just thinks, sir, करो, it's good for you. Yeah. So I remembered him a lot, and he was a big supporter. Also, all the trainers in my gym, they were like always, sir, आप तो एवरेस्ट जा के आ गए, आप तो एवरेस्ट जा रहे हो, कोई टेंशन नहीं, आप तो करके आ जाओगे टाइप. So it was good. I think you need your friends and family to support you for, I think, every journey of your life.
Yes, absolutely.
Everything. Yeah.
ये you said about वहाँ से call किया, it actually made me wonder, mobile network होता है वहाँ पे?
So you buy Wi-Fi from your tea house and you pay a certain amount, that kind of thing. So we had taken a SIM from Kathmandu. It worked only to a certain extent, and then obviously it loses its signal.
So
and then obviously then you take Wi-Fi from every tea house. You take Wi-Fi, and you pay 500 rupees or whatever. Then it's for a 12 hour.
So you are at least connected.
You always, every day we used to reach and you say we are here, we are safe. Or maybe if I have not got the phone or my friend has got, he would say leave a message with the friends and family kind of thing, that we are all safe and all good. That way. So we were always connected every day. That way. There was no problem as such.
This element of risk, एक मुझे खाली पूछना था, like you said के -10 degrees.
-7, 8 is what we went through.
Got it. Yeah. Right. What are the element of risks अभी पूरे जर्नी में जो आप अगर सोचते हो, रिफ्लेक्ट करते हो, तो then if you can tell me like 2, 3 or 4 top element of risk जो आपको लगती है.
One is the terrain in certain places is very, very rough. Like there are big boulders, so you have to bypass it, you have to jump from here to there, and certain things. There you might injure yourself, and if you get any kind of injury, it's difficult for you to continue. So that you have to be very careful, and again not do any हुशारी kind of a thing. I would say तू नहीं रे, मैं यहाँ से वहाँ जंप मार दूंगा ना, वो मालूम है एक थोड़ा ट्विस्ट हो गया पैर या कुछ हो गया, you have gone. As for cold, again I said you have to layer yourself well. Once you layer yourself well, it's like going to any country which has snow and which is cold. You will have to layer yourself. Same way you have your dry fit t-shirt first, because obviously you have to wear that. Then you wear a fleece jacket, then you wear a wind jacket, and you wear a down jacket. And then if you really need the bigger down jacket, depending on how much cold you can bear, you need gloves at a certain point that, otherwise you will obviously not be able to, handle that. You have to wear double socks, those woolen socks you have to wear. You have to see that socks also doesn't affect your shoes, because you might get shoe bites.
Right.
So you carry your bandage just in case. We had carried everything. Fortunately, I was wearing dry fit socks and then the woolen socks on top. So as a risk, I would say it's there's not so much risk involved as such. I would say that it's about AMS. Agar if you get AMS, your mountain sickness, there's nothing you can do. We were also with headaches, major headaches at certain points. But fortunately, it subsided because we were fighting our mind over that. It's again, I said, it's your mind. Again, it depends on what kind of, how acute is that sickness. It's all about that. If it's really severe, the only way is to come back down. So there are ways the guide will take you one stop down. You go back down, and if you're okay, he will then think that if he should take you back up or no.
Right.
It's not necessary that he'll say, okay, now you're okay, we go back. That depends on the guide, because they can read that well. Or you continue, you rest that out. That's it. The only way is to rest and hydrate very well. Hydrating is very, very important. We were having 4 to 5 liters of water every day, and that's very, very, very important. So you have to have your bottles filled. If you finish it on the way, you fill it with whatever source you can get.
Got you.
There are taps in certain points, otherwise you have a stream, and it's absolutely safe. It's water that's naturally flowing.
Right.
You might have some yak pee in that, but at the end you have your purification tablets, that kind of a thing. So I would say it's not risky as such.
Understand.
The terrain in certain points is a little rough. That's
Got
it.
it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about just cost.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the overall cost of this journey?
So again, I said it depends on the package you take.
Yes. Let's assume like overall cost of the basic.
Okay,
to
a
the
basic
premium.
package would be 70,000 rupees.
Wow, that's really, really affordable.
Yeah.
Like for
Yeah.
inclusive of everything, or this you
So
only
this is
talking
a
about
70,000 rupees will be inclusive of your whole trek all the way up till there. Obviously, there will be very basic amenities as to you will not get an attached bathroom. You might not get certain amenities from the tour operator as to your duffel bag and your down jacket and these little kind of things,
Right.
which can be rented out if you can't afford to buy one. I would say renting. Actually, renting is the best option because you don't know when you're going to go back. And so that's 70,000 to, it can go up to 3 lakh rupees.
Wow.
Yeah. Now 3 lakh is only because the tour operator is
Premium.
is a premium tour operator. So what we did in 1.5 lakh rupees was the same, was offered by a 3 lakh rupees, was offered by a different operator. But it's obviously he's more renowned kind of thing. So we were like okay with that kind of thing. But I would say anything between 70,000 to 1.5 lakh rupees is what you would spend. And again, when you're obviously going up, you want to do your Wi-Fi, your charging. That's all separate. That's up to you. If you want to do it, you have to pay for it.
This is just the package.
Correct. You want to drink on the way. There is liquor. You get beer and all. The famous rum there. I was supposed to get a bottle and I also forgot. So you get everything in all these. You get some popcorn and your wafers. All that is everything you get in certain way. But you have to buy. It's a premium. You have to pay for it.
Got your point.
So we had anyway carried so many things that we never needed to buy this. And anyway, liquor we thought we'll keep out of it. Only once we come back to Kathmandu, we'll do a victorious dance and have a cheers to that kind of thing.
Understand. Okay. Last question. what is the like ऐसी journey, does it make you reflect onto like things, and if yes then क्या मतलब सीखने मिलता है?
मेरे हिसाब से आई थिंक हर एक इंडिविजुअल ये कर सकता है. अगर आपने अपने माइंड को बोल दिया. ओके, आई विल टेल यू, आई सॉ अ जेंटलमैन. आई शुड नॉट से दैट, बट आई सॉ हिम. ही वाज a big man, okay, and he was actually only walking with the sticks continuously. But when I saw him at Loboche, which is the last stop before going to EBC, I was impressed. I like, if this guy can do it and I won't not do it, I will jump out of this place. Matlab, that was an inspiration. I met a 70-year-old man. He was celebrating his 70th birthday.
Wow.
I have a picture with him. I actually said, sir, can I get a picture with you? You're my inspiration. I mean, if you look at these people, and with that does not give you an extra inspiration, I mean, why are we here? So I think it is for all age groups. I have not seen a kid in our thing, but I've seen a YouTube video where there are a couple with their 2 kids have also gone and done EBC. And young kids, I would say 8-10-year-old kids. So if kids could also do this, anybody could do this. If a 70-year-old man could do this, why are we,
It is up to you.
So I would just say that don't lose hope. Give it your best. Work hard for it. Train your mind. And I think I've become more than physically stronger. I've become more mentally stronger. I mean, earlier I could think that nothing can beat me, but now nothing at all can beat me. That way. Yeah, if I ever plan to do the Everest, my wife will beat me. That's the only thing.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Niklesh. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, same
and
here.
really, really good. I mean, so much of practical like knowledge and experience because you've been on that journey. And बहुत बार जब आप बोल भी रहे ना, तो I was visualizing in my mind, like when you're talking about terrain, when you're talking about like Kala Patthar, it's really nice.
It was an amazing journey. It's an unforgettable journey, and I think bucket list this was the first thing in the bucket. It wasn't my bucket list, but it's gone up there now.
Of course,
and
definitely.
I think I've conquered it, and I'm fit and fine and alive and talking to you guys.
Great. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
so much.
All right,
Take care.
superb.